Before 2018, seaborne crossings aboard small boats by refugees and migrants from Europe into the UK were rare, trains, trucks or ferry boats being the technique of choice. But as time goes on, law enforcement becomes more savvy to how smuggling gangs operate and how they bring people into the UK from places across Europe. So in comes the ramp up of smuggling people on boats. Some reports suggest there had been rumours circulating in migrant camps across France that when Brexit went into full effect, the smuggling would become more difficult. To no surprise then that since 2018, the number of people on record smuggled via a boat or dinghy has gone up from roughly 1,900 in 2018 to 23,000 and still counting in 2021. People with hopes of coming to the UK fleeing from a country where frankly they don't feel safe anymore, whether that be due to civil war, human rights violations or something else. Everyone has their own reasons for fleeing, the UK being their final destination because they simply don't have any connections in any other countries apart from England or Wales, for example. This has been reported as one of the main reasons why people continue to pass on from the first country where they touch down. But the journey isn't safe by any means. If we rewind only to just last month from when I'm recording this video, 27 of 30 migrants making the crossing in the English Channel were pronounced dead after their boat had capsized whilst still in French territorial waters near Calais. 2 people who were on board that boat would go on to be rescued, another to this date has yet to be found. Tragically, many families went on to die, including 2 small children. Some 4 days after the incident, one of the 2 survivors spoke to reporters. They went on to say that after their boat began to deflate, they called French police for help but were told they were in UK waters. So they contacted the UK police but no one came to help. This version of events is actually backed by telephone records and telephone calls along with testimonies of the victims' relatives. But today I wanted to touch on the topic from the law enforcement angle more than anything else and how smugglers are using sites such as TikTok to actually advertise these deadly journeys to innocent families looking to make the trip. Now, this isn't anything new by any means. The National Crime Agency, the UK's FBI, have actually been in contact with social media giants since early 2020, but after some news came out over these past couple of days, I thought I'd highlight the work the National Crime Agency have been up to and how these smugglers have been using sites such as TikTok to make their advertisements. All interested who would like to get a place to England, contact my inbox. Journey secure 100%. One smuggler promotes on TikTok. He's using the platform to promote a guaranteed journey into the UK from Albania at the price of €23,000. Another, once again from Albania, uses the site to publish tutorial videos on how to get from parts of Europe, including France and Spain, to the UK illegally. He highlights things such as wearing clothes like a cleaner and to leave at around 5:50 AM. But by the end of 2020, thousands of these accounts by smugglers had been made across Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, offering to get people into the UK, some for the small price of £3,000. This includes by boat and by lorry. Again, it was only at the beginning of 2021, 7 men were jailed for their roles in the deaths of 39 Vietnamese migrants after they had suffocated to death in the container from Belgium to Purfleet in October of 2019. So you can see these lorry journeys can be just as deadly, if not deadlier, than the boat trips. The group in the container had attempted to contact the outside world via phone and tried to break through the roof of the container, but ultimately, according to reports, they would have gone on to die a painful death. Originally, in early 2020 when the news broke, social media sites had refused to shut down many pages being ran by networks of people smugglers, despite requests from the Home Office and police. They did shut down some pages, but of the 1,200 that were referred, only 578 were closed. On the 15th of December 2021, however, the National Crime Agency had finally reached an agreement with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok and Twitter for better tackling of the situation at hand. This included greater collaboration against crime groups using the internet to recruit, communicate and advertise a range of services to migrants. This video was brought to you today though because of the most recent news that came out over these past couple of days in France, believe it or not, but it was a joint effort from both the French and English authorities. You see, 3 suspects, Mohamed Fayati, Sharam Shorsh and Ali Howden, have all been jailed in relation to smuggling people from France into the UK and making roughly 1.3 million euros in the process. To put this into a bit of perspective though, they had made this over the span of the summer 2021, June 29th to August 9th to be more specific. So this wasn't some lengthy operation they had going on, it was quick. It's believed that roughly 545 migrants managed to cross the border with their help. Sometimes the boats they provided held up to 83 people. Eventually though, when they were taken into custody, they claimed that in a nutshell, the operation had nothing to do with them, but on their devices it showed a different story. You see, videos of departures of inflatable boats were discovered on TikTok accounts that belonged to all 3 of them. Other things from the Notes app showed 151 migrants being identified as those who made the crossing. Eventually all 3 were convicted and have recently been jailed. Mohammed was jailed for 4 years, Sharam was jailed for 2 years and Ali was jailed for 1 year. But for now though, give the video a like for more crime related content like this and make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't. It's been me, Huncho, and I'll see you in the next one.